This conference will now be recorded.
So in last session, what we discussed?
Traits.
Okay, traits. What is trait?
We are
Traits is
using
nothing but
to
Reusable asset.
reusable components like headers, query pages, columns, error responses.
Very good. So this is very important concept in terms of interview and as well as in real time as well. Okay. So trait is nothing but it is a reusable assets like headers, query params, and as well as responses. If you have any reusable code, okay, in headers or query params or responses, what you can do, you can keep it in the traits and you can reuse anywhere in the application. Okay. Now if I want to reuse that same trait in another application, okay, yesterday we used some calculator API, right? So maybe today we will create one more new API, employee or something. Everyone following my classes, right? If you have any queries, anything, you can ask me. Okay. We created a group. Okay. There you can post your questions, assignments, everything. But you are doing assignments, but you will not, you did not, finish this interview questions or not. Okay. Try to prepare, interview questions.
sorry to interrupt you, Bhargav. Could you please add me in that group? Was not that added.
Gayatri, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You can text me. Okay. You just ping me in
Yeah, sure.
WhatsApp. I'll add you.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks.
Uh, um, Bhargav,
Yes.
yeah, I had a doubt in this RAML 1.0 and zero point 0.8. That one need to be clarified.
Okay. Did you prepared answer for that?
I understood 1.0, but zero point 0.8 it was a bit technical. I'm not able to get that much. Like I'm not able to get the basic difference more on
Hmm.
that.
Okay. Okay. I can
So it's
help you.
all
Okay.
about whatever it is written. You have to go. If you give some live examples and all, no, it will be more. The clarification will be better.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Sure.
And another is like this, the query parameters and the you've given one other questions, right?
URI parameter.
URI parameters and query. So in that also, see the difference we got to know, but I need some examples on that.
Yeah. Yeah. In development, we are going to use that.
Hmm. Hmm.
URI parameter, and
Hmm.
if possible, I'll explain in design class only. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Maybe tomorrow session we will discuss that.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Clear? Any other questions? Okay. No questions. All are good. Okay. So this is the API I use, right? Now what I will do, I'm going to make duplicate. Duplicate means same tab we will get it. Yes, you know, right? Okay. Here, yeah. So here I'm going to create a new API. So before that, what I will do, see, I want to reuse some code, okay, for other projects, like whatever I kept here in the trade.raml. So if I want to reuse this, okay, what I can do, I can copy this complete code, Command C. See, this trait is nothing but what we can reuse the code like headers, query params, and responses in the same application. But I want to access this code in another API. Okay. So to do that, we have to use fragment. Okay. Let me open this PPT. Okay. Okay. So what is fragment? Fragment is nothing but it is a piece of code we can reuse in other APIs. Suppose I have a code, imagine I have a code in the calculator. Okay, there we created one trait, right? In the trait we mentioned query params and as well as error responses that I want to reuse, other student API or employee API. Okay, any other API. Okay, so that is the definition. Understood? What is fragment? It's just a piece of code we can reuse in other APIs. Clear? So here I wrote some steps how to do this, how to achieve, this fragment. Okay, first of all, we have to create a fragment. Okay, how to create a fragment, I'll show you. Click on create new project. Earlier I used, we used this new API spec. Okay, now I'm going to use this new fragment. Just click on it. It is asking fragment name. Okay, you can provide any name. Okay, error, okay, anything, or reusable error codes and query params, anything you can write. Okay, so fragment type is always I'm using traits, right? I can select this. If you are using data types and all, you can select this. Okay, click on trait, create a fragment. So fragment is going to be created. See here, fragment got created. Clear? Now what is the next step? Create a fragment is over. Then copy the reusable code from the existing project. So this is my existing project, right? This is the reusable code. I want to use the other API. What I will do, I am going to copy this. Okay. Next, paste in the fragment. Okay, I pasted over here. So copy the reusable code from the existing project, paste in the fragment. Then publish to Exchange. Okay. This concept I did not explain, right? Publish to Exchange. Did I explain or not?
Not it.
Not yet, right? Okay, guys, respond. Okay. Okay. Here, publish to Exchange. Okay. if I publish my specification to Exchange, what will happen, in the real time, other developers and your manager, your business team, okay, everyone, your manager, client, okay, everyone can see your specification. Okay, let me click on publish to Exchange. So it will ask you asset the version. Okay, asset version, they gave example 1.0.0. Like this we need to provide. Okay, instead of this, if I give 1.0, if I click on publish to Exchange, it will throw error because it is, see, publishing to Exchange invalid version 1.0, expecting XYZ format, but I give XY format. Clear? So for that, click on this, click 0. Now XYZ format. Example also they give, right? Here you can see 1.0.0 or 4.3.1. Anything you can give. Clear? Click on publish to Exchange. So it is going to be published within a minute. See, successfully published it to Exchange. As soon as I publish this, I can see in the Exchange. See, as soon as you publish this, so this is the name of the fragment which you published. This is the version 1.0.0. Okay, so you can share to some of your friends here. Okay, or you can share to your team members. If they don't have any access, you can provide access here. Next, you can download this project. Click on download. It is going to be downloaded. See, zip code. Unfortunately, this code it is not able to support in my machine. See, there is no application to set open the document. Okay, in your case it will work. Since I'm using this Mac.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
this is the same. This is the same problem with me. I have the same machine. So if we have a zip file, what is the best way to unzip it? I mean,
yeah, see this .raml it won't support, okay, for us.
so is there any alternative way to solve this problem? Or, I mean, since you are using the same Mac, so I'm just wondering.
Yes. In real time, like everything they will provide, right? Like, they'll
I
provide
see.
some
Okay. No, so this is practice.
that we can
So,
reuse.
so for practice purposes, if I get a .raml, then I'm
No,
kind of
RAML
dead,
we will
right?
only create. Yeah, don't worry. RAML we will only create by our own.
Okay. And this is the reusable error codes query that you published. This is the fragment file that
Correct.
anybody can use. It can be used with the other APIs as well, right?
Correct. You are right. 100%.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Hari, can you hear me? So I think everyone can hear my voice except you. Please, disconnect and again join, or else please check your internet connection. Okay.
Sure, I have another query.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, we have published this reusable error codes fragment to the exchange,
Okay.
right? And we
Yes.
have provided a version called 1.0.0. Now,
Correct.
let's say if this error codes has to be enhanced, or some we made some additional changes in the same fragment in the
Okay.
developer, then
Yes.
the version will be, let's say, 1.0.1.
1. Correct.
Right? Okay. If I publish that to exchange back, will that be maintained as a separate fragment here, or it will be overwritten?
No. it will override. It will come 1.0.1.
So the previous version will be vanished.
No, it will be there. It will be here. Okay. On top of it, it will create one more 1.0.1.
Okay.
Both will be available.
Yeah, but in that case, when I'm creating another API, so I should be able to access all these versions, right? The
Yes,
latest version.
you can access any API. Okay.
Yeah, that's what latest version. Based on this asset version only, we should consider that a fragment is the correct one to be appropriate one to be used.
Correct. Yeah, latest one. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So
And
why
if you
we are
want to,
making all these histories? I mean, asset versions, because
sorry.
if you are correcting the code, and
Okay.
the latest one is the final one, which can be used and it is approved by business. So in that case, why we are unnecessarily maintaining all these asset versions, earlier versions?
Previous versions and all, right?
Correct.
See, like this is our, first code. Okay. On top
Correct.
of it, they will add one patch. Like this, they are going to maintain everything.
Okay.
Okay.
So what is the threshold? How many versions can be maintained?
There is no limit, I guess. See, in real time, we will not create more than 3 or 4.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, fine.
See, for our practice purpose, simply see, I copied and I pasted. It created one version. Okay.
Right.
In real time, we will not do like this, right? We have to take, proper approvals, everything. Okay. Then we can do like this. Okay. Now, this is the type. Type, can you see? API spec fragment. So organization, it will be there, who is published, when it is published, visibility is private. Okay. Others, they cannot access this. Okay. Until unless they will have, proper credentials. Okay. Then this is the version name. You can download this. You can delete this. So you can download here. You can delete this version. Okay. Whatever you want, you can do it. Okay. So can I go back here? So this is the exchange. Okay. So exchange, under this design center, click on it. It will open the exchange. So in this exchange, whatever we publish to exchange, we can see over here. Can you see here under this fragment name or API? Okay, under this fragment, under this API, it is showing only my name, correct? But in real time, it will be not like this. Okay. If suppose we are, all are into one company. Imagine we are working under this organization, IBM. Okay. So in this we have different developers. Out of 10 people, like 10 people are there, right? Imagine Jay Kumar. So he is the manager. Okay. So what he can do, he can see like who and all design the specification and all. He is having access only for this exchange. Okay. He cannot access design center because he is the manager. He can access only this. But Shalini, Revant, and Murali Krishna, these three are the developers. What they will do? They will have full control on this design center, exchange, API manager, runtime manager. Almost they will have full permission. Okay, because they need to work on it, right? So based on that, they are going to give some roles. It depends upon our experience, role, and all everything. They will provide one role. Okay, so here what will happen? Suppose Shalini, she created some employee API. Okay, Revant created some student API. Murali Krishna, he created one contact API. Okay, so as soon as they will publish this, it will display their names over here. Okay, API, REST API, the API name, under this, it will be displayed their names in the real time. Okay, to achieve that in the real time, what I will do, I will take separate one session. So in the access management, what I can do, I can create some users. Okay, in real time how it is going to work. Click on this users. What I will do, this is my organization. I'm going to invite user. Okay, here I will provide their mail ID and I can give access to them, whether they'll create API creator or audit logs or cloud hub, exchange admin, okay, or portal viewer or organizational administrator. If I give organization administrator, he can access everything. Okay, so that is the basic difference between real time and here. Got it, or any questions still? Here in the organization IBM, I am the only one person, okay, and that too I am the owner. So that's why it is displaying only my names. Clear? As soon as I provide access to you guys, once you design API, once you publish here, it is going to be displayed over here. Okay, this we will do it in the coming sessions. Okay, clear?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So now I publish this API to the exchange so that other developers they can watch my specification. Right now we don't have any other developer except me, so it is not displaying any other person's names over here. This we
Sorry
will
to
do it.
interrupt.
Yeah, go ahead.
You you just discussed us like we in real time the access will be provided by the admin team, right? So the same way that
Not
we have.
not exactly admin team. Depends.
Okay.
Some of the organization architect they will have full control on it. Okay. What he can do, he
Okay.
can provide access to us.
Okay.
Okay. Imagine you can treat as admin as well. No problem. Yeah, tell me.
Okay.
What is your question now?
No, no, that's
Okay. Anyone created. See, in my organization, I have full control. Okay. I can provide access to anyone. Okay.
okay. Okay.
So suppose some business analyst is there. Okay. He is not able to understand coding and all, right? For him, what I will do, I can give only exchange access. So that what he can do, he will come to exchange, he will click on this API. Okay. What he will do, he is going to check my specification summary, how many methods I implemented, whether this method is working fine or not. Like this, what he will do, he is going to test. See, 30, 10. Let me hit this send button. See, I got 200. So that he will feel okay. This guy is design is perfect. Everything is working fine. He implemented, query params, error responses 400, 500. According to document, he implemented or not, and we are getting success scenario or not. Like this, he is going to check business analyst. Okay. Okay. Like this, managers also what they will do, they can check the all our specifications whether it is working fine or not. So that is the use of this exchange. Okay, next let me come back to our topic. So what I did, I created fragment. In that fragment, whatever the code I want to reuse, that I pasted over there and I published to the exchange as well. So this is my exchange. Here I published. Okay. Now what I will do, I want to create a other API. Other API means new API. Okay. So here what I will do, I'm going to write some new project. Create new API spec. Okay. Here I'm writing student-exp-API. create API spec. Okay, so here as usual we can provide version, okay, description. This API deals with student info. Okay, you can write anything. Okay, next, protocols. What are the supported protocols? HTTP. Okay, next you can write resource path. Okay, create -student. Okay, so this is the resource path. Under this method, what is the method? Method, post method we are going to use. Okay, what I will do, okay, so here you have awesome explanation for all the error codes. So I'm going to post this in the chat box. Okay, please copy paste this link. Okay, see, these error codes are, universal error codes. Okay, irrespective of any technology, Java or .NET, anything, SAP, MuleSoft, TIBCO, any technology. Okay, the error codes remains always same. Okay, 200 means okay, the client request has succeeded. That's it. Okay, so don't learn about this 300 related things. So 300 we will not get in the real time. So 200, 400, then 500. 500, that's it. Okay, so this link they give some extra. Okay, can you see 500.0, 500.11, 12, these and all, not required actually. I'm going to share, one more link. Okay, this is somewhat better. Okay, apart from this, I'm going to share one more. Okay, I can post you that link in the group. Okay, in that link, what you can see, for 200, what and all the methods I can use. Okay, that is also they mentioned over there. That I'm going to share with you soon. In the WhatsApp, I will send it to you. Okay, so why I explain this? Okay, for post method, usually we can use 201. Okay, in the yesterday session, I explained 200. We can use 200 as well, but 201 means created. See, I'm creating account, right? Student account. If you come here, 201 means created. This is what I need to provide the error code over there. So that's why I'm explaining all this. Okay, 201. Okay, so resource path, method, then request, right? Here what I'll do, body application JSON example. So here I'm writing this example. Student name. Okay, so I can write any one name. Student number. So you can write some number. Next, student ID. ID you can write in two ways. One, you can write string. Imagine this is the employee. Okay, student address. Okay, student state. Student country. Country you can take it as India. So did anyone notice what is the main difference here? Calculator API and this API.
We did not give query params.
Very good. So in real time, every API we will not get, query params. Make sense? So query parameters mostly we will use in get methods. Okay, not in the post methods. But in yesterday's session, in all the methods I implemented query params. Okay, that is just practice purpose. Okay. If you come to know what is the exact difference between get, post, put, patch, delete, so that you will come to know what you want to write over here. Okay. Now you guys are familiar with this indentation and all, so that's why I directly started how we are going to use in the real time. Make sense?
Sir, we did not separately mention like responses also. There we mentioned while writing the responses body, and there we mentioned under the
Yeah,
query parameter.
still I am in the request part only, right? Response I did not came still. Now here I'll write under exactly body, I'll write responses 201. Okay, body application JSON example. Okay, in this example what I will do, so here message, here what I can do, I can write some message. Clear? Say this is the request and this is the response, but in real time we should not do like this, right? What we can do, we can keep it in the example folders and we can call that external file. Can someone help me how to do this?
Create a folder.
Very good. I
Folder
created
name.
a folder name is examples. Okay. Next,
File.
what file?
New file.
Okay. Here. Before that, what I'll do, I'm going to create one more folder here. Request. Okay. One more. I will create response. Okay. Inside this request, did I create it here? Let me delete this. Under examples, I'm creating response. Okay, now you can see this is request, this is response. In real time, we need to create like this. Inside this request, I'm going to create new file. Select the other because this is my JSON file. Student hyphen request. Create it and paste over here. So you got the preview. That means you are going to, sorry, this is the valid JSON. So you can check in two ways. If you want to validate this JSON, how can I do that? This is the first way. What is the other way? How can I check whether this is valid JSON or not?
Right side or in Google.
In Google,
JSON
there is an
validate.
online tool called JSON Lint. Okay. In the JSON Lint, we can validate it. Just paste it. Validate. See, this is the valid JSON. So you can use this here. See, same you can use over here. Okay. Now I am using here. Okay. This is done. Next, response. Under this response, what I'll do, I'll create a file. I'll select other student hyphen response.json. Create it. Okay. Now the root file, whatever you created, cut it, paste it over here. You got the preview. That means valid JSON. Now, how to refer that external file?
Include
Include.
Okay.
example
Very good. Examples.
JSON JSON
Request, right?
Student request. Request.
Yeah, I'm typing request. Then student
Student
request.
student
Similarly, here also you can call this include examples response student response dot clear. Okay, now see, I created new project. Let me go back to the PPT. So you can see here, create a fragment I created, copy the reusable code into the existing project. I copied, paste in the fragment, then publish to the exchange. Then create a new API where you want to reuse that code. This already I created, student API. Okay. Now click on the exchange dependency. Where is this exchange dependency? Let me go over there. So can you see, this is the exchange dependency. Okay, this is my student file. Okay, here I did not write error responses. Exchange dependency, click on this plus button. Okay, now what I can do, what is the name I provided over there? Reusable error codes query, right? Reusable hyphen error codes query. Can you see? Click on this, add one dependency. It is going to be added to my project. See, this got added. Okay, now click on the files. You can see exchange modules here. Earlier it was not there, right? So if you come back here, click on the exchange dependency, click on plus button, add dependency, search the fragment, select the fragment, click on add one dependency. Up to here, done. Next, click on the files, you can see the exchange module. This is also done. Next, import the reusable code globally. That means we have to import the trait. Okay. So how to import the traits? Just type tree. Yesterday we discussed, right, what I need to write here.
Keyword. Any keyword.
Yeah, this
Name.
is the variable. Okay.
Any variable name.
Yeah, variable I'm giving error. Okay. So how to call that one? Exclamation mark.
Include.
Include.
Traits.
Not traits. Can you see here? It is,
Exchange
it
Exchange.
module.
was there in the exchange module. See, where
Exchange
is my
module.
file? This is the
Reusable. Reuse.
reusable error.
Reusable.
My file is here. Okay. These are the folder. I want to come like this. Can someone guide me now?
Exchange modules.
Very good. Exchange modules.
So
Next,
B,
BF,
BF, B5.
B5. It is coming. Select it. Then,
Reusable error codes.
very good. Reusable error. Then,
1.1 version. Version 1.0.
0.0. Then,
Exchange.json.
no. This is the different one. Exchange.json. You can't access this. Can you see lock symbol is there? Reusable error. Your
Reusable.
file. Select it. That's it. Okay. Now, so here what and all will be there? Query params and error responses, right? These query parameters I want in the other method. Let me take one more method, because in the post already we have query parameters, right? Get method. Okay, I am going to call here is keyword. Okay, what is the name? error. Okay, now see, I did not write anything. If I click on this get method, okay, see, you got this number one, number two responses, you got it. Clear? This is how you can access wherever you want. Okay, and also let me test this other endpoints. Post method. One second, let me refresh this. చెప్తాను. Try it. So this is the request I'm sending. This is the response I got it. Okay. Okay. Clear? See, in the get method, I did not create, any query params and responses. Still, I can access this because I did not write any response here. So that's why I'm getting this error. Clear? Body application JSON example. So you can write like this. Result is 40. Like this you can write. Okay. Let me try again. You must provide a body. Where I wrote get method. Okay. Sorry. Here we need to write a response. Okay. Already in the body I am passing these query parameters, right? So that's why I got this. Responses. What I want to do, I want to move. Responses, we need to mention the error code here. 200. What you need to do, you just go from that one step. See, now clear. Okay. Let me come back here, click on this get method, try it. This time I'll get the response. See, 200. Why I got null here? Can someone tell me? Hello?
I
You
think
must
it is the
not
key
pass
value
to
pair.
the value.
Very
Key
good.
value
This
pair.
is the key value pair. Okay, I gave only key. Value I did not assign. So that's why it is throwing null. So to avoid that, what you can do, you can write message. Okay, now if I execute this again, you cannot see that null. It will go automatically. See, now it is not printing. See, I did not write, let me check again. Did I pass any query params over here? No, right? Number one, number two, did I created anywhere? No. How I am getting? I am accessing from the calculator API. And also you can see this error code as well, 400, okay, 500. This and all I did not create over here, but still I can access. How? By using this fragment. Clear? Any questions? Let me know.
Can you show also again how do you access it? Is what is the
See,
what you're
yesterday
accessing?
we discussed, right? Trades. Same I applied here.
No, that is understandable, but the
Yeah.
one that you are accessing from the calculator API to
Correct.
the
From the
student API.
yes, from the calculator API, what I did, I imported this exchange module. Okay. This I declared
That's fine.
globally in the traits. Then I called wherever I want. I can call by using this is keyword.
Okay.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah, go ahead.
While creating a new fragment, there are
Mm-hmm.
different options with that under the down of traits like data types. Remaining,
Yes,
there are different options. When
yes.
that options will be used?
Whenever you want to reuse that, you can reuse. Okay.
What type?
See, I explained
Now
trait
we are
concept yesterday, right? So that's why same concept I took here so that you can understand easily. Okay. Tomorrow what I will
and
do, I'm going to cover data types. Okay.
okay. Now
If
you
I cover
used
data types, if I want to reuse the data types, you can implement in the other project.
now you used a get method just for in new API. You want to show that how to call that. That's why you created
Yes.
that option. Right?
Correct. You are right. 100% right.
Student API is not related to this get
So
method.
this is also see under student API only I created.
Yeah,
Okay.
you created, but just for showing purpose, practice purpose only you created. So there is no
Correct.
relationship between them. Also.
No relation. Yes. Correct.
Use only
Any other?
get. Why you use only get methods? Sir?
The get method means you can use put as well. Like okay.
Okay, any type
The
of
get
method.
method means we are passing some query parameters here. In the post
Okay,
method, you should not pass query params. Okay. So I will explain what is get post. High level I explained, right? Get method means you want to retrieve something. Okay.
okay,
Post method means you are sending something. Here I'm sending some body, right?
yes,
So that's why again I don't want to pass query parameters here. That's why I created this get method.
okay,
Or you can write resource path as well here. Fetch hyphen student. Okay. See now again it will come separate resource. See now I am fetching the details like this. Okay. You can delete. Tomorrow we will see how to update up to how to delete and all. Clear? Any questions? Okay, guys. If you don't have any questions, I'm going to wind up this session now. We'll catch up tomorrow.
Thank you, Ishwar.
Thanks all. Gayatri, you can text me. Okay, I can add your number in the group.
Sure, sure. Okay.
Okay.
Are you going to send email the recordings that you said?
Yeah. Recording. I'll shoot an email to you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. I hope yesterday's session I posted in the group. Okay. Today I will shoot an email. Okay. Thanks all. We'll catch up tomorrow.